All right, let's cut through all the noise. The crypto world is just crowded, right? You've got hundreds of coins, and every single one is promising to be the next big thing. So today, we're not just going to give you a list. No, we are building a strategic blueprint to help you make sense of it all as we look ahead to 2026.
I mean, seriously, thinking about a crypto strategy for the next couple of years can feel like you're staring at a giant map with no labels, no legend, nothing. Where do you even start? It's overwhelming. But hey, don't worry. In this explainer, we're handing you that legend, a simple, clear blueprint to categorize all these assets so you can finally see the big picture. Okay, so every solid structure has to have a foundation, right? Well, in our crypto blueprint, that foundation is built on two absolute cornerstones, Bitcoin and Ethereum. And look, these aren't just the biggest coins. They literally define the entire market. Everything else is built on or in reaction to them. First up, the OG, the original, Bitcoin. The best way to think about it is digital gold. You know what its superpower is? Absolute predictable scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. Ever. It's not a platform for building a bunch of apps. Its one job is to be a reliable store of value, a potential shield against inflation. And that mathematical certainty, that's what's getting the big institutional players so interested.
And now for the other cornerstone, Ethereum. So if Bitcoin is digital gold, Ethereum is like a world computer. It's a programmable platform. It's the bedrock for pretty much everything you hear about. Decentralized finance, NFTs, you name it. And what's really crucial to know is that its recent merge upgrade made it way more energy efficient, and more importantly, it introduced staking. That means you can actually earn rewards directly on the network.
So let's be super clear, because this is probably the most important distinction to get. These two have fundamentally different jobs. Bitcoin is all about preserving value. It's pure digital scarcity. Ethereum, on the other hand, is about creating new value. It's the factory for building a whole new digital economy. You could say one is a vault and the other is a workshop. Okay, so with that foundation in place, let's move up to the next layer of our blueprint, the challengers. These are the next-gen contenders, the blockchains that looked at Ethereum and said, we can do that, but faster, cheaper, and on a bigger scale. So this table really breaks down the different bets they're making. You've got Solana, which is all about raw speed. We're talking thousands of transactions per second, perfect for things like gaming. But the trade-off has been some network outages. Then on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have Cardano. They take this slow, academic, peer-reviewed approach. It's all about security first, but that can mean development moves at a snail's pace. And in the middle, there's Avalanche, which offers this really cool, flexible subnet designed for businesses. But its ecosystem is still playing catch-up to Ethereum. So you see the trade-offs, right? Speed versus security versus flexibility. All right, so once we get past these big foundational platforms, the crypto world starts to get a lot more specialized. Our next category is really a two-parter. We'll call it the tools and the wild card. First, we're going to look at assets that are built for very specific jobs, and then we'll contrast that with a token that's driven by something else entirely. You know, beyond the big platforms, you find this whole toolbox of specialized cryptocurrencies. These guys aren't trying to be the next world computer or anything like that, no. They're built to solve one specific problem and solve it really, really well. Let's do a quick run through of 4 different examples. First up, XRP. Its entire reason for being is to completely shake up the slow, expensive world of international bank transfers. It's designed to be a super low-cost bridge between different currencies, basically aiming to replace the ancient SWIFT system that banks use today. Next, we've got Polkadot, or DOT. Now, it tackles a really big problem. Most blockchains are like little islands. They can't talk to each other. Polkadot is designed to be a blockchain of blockchains, kind of like a universal translator that lets all these different networks securely share information and actually work together. Then you have Binance Coin, or BNB. This token is the fuel for the gigantic ecosystem built around Binance, which is the world's biggest crypto exchange. Its utility is baked right in. You use it to pay for transaction fees, you get access to new projects, you get trading discounts. It creates this powerful loop that encourages people to hold it. And finally, there's Tron, TRX. This one's carved out its own little niche by offering crazy low-cost transactions. That makes it really popular for things that need a high volume of small payments, like social media or content streaming, where creators want to connect directly with their fans. Okay, so we just looked at 4 assets that are valued because of what they do, their utility. Their function is everything. But what if an asset's value has almost nothing to do with its tech and everything to do with culture and hype? Well, that brings us to our wild card.
And of course, that is Dogecoin. I mean, it literally started as a joke, a meme. It doesn't have some complex technical roadmap or a specialized job like XRP. No, its value is powered almost entirely by its huge, passionate community and just plain old mainstream cultural awareness. It is a completely different kind of animal.
And this really highlights two very different ways that things get value in this space. On one side, you have utility-driven assets like BNB, where value comes from its function. And on the other, you have sentiment-driven assets like Dogecoin, where value comes purely from community belief and attention. Understanding this split is absolutely crucial.
So we've mapped out the different types of assets in our blueprint. But how do you actually apply this to your own strategy? Well, the most important first step has nothing to do with picking a coin from a list. It's actually about looking inward.
See, the foundation of any good strategy has to be you. Before you even look at a single asset, first define your goals. Are you in this for 10 years, or are you trying to trade for 10 days? How much risk can you actually stomach? Second, you have to understand the reality of volatility. The big cornerstones like Bitcoin and Ethereum are generally way more stable than the smaller, more speculative assets we just talked about. Your personal blueprint has to start with these two steps, period.
And that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? We've laid out a blueprint that makes sense for 2026, but this industry moves at light speed. As the tech changes, as new challengers pop up, which of these assets will actually stand the test of time? Which ones will still be a core part of the blueprint in, say, 2030? Now that is the billion-dollar question.